Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing my most anticipated releases for 2024, part 3. There were so many fabulous books coming out this year that I split it up into 3 parts. These are going to be all the releases that are coming out in October through December. Grab a coffee or a drink of some kind. I'm ready to go. I have kind of a strange drink. I've got some magnesium water with some chlorophyll and like a mushroom tonic because we're coming upon winter and not feeling good season, and we're gonna kick it in the bucket before it happens. So I've got a drink ready to go because this is gonna be a very long video, but it will be very exciting because I have a lot of really fun new releases to share with you guys. Most of these are gonna be young adult, but I've got some adult books sprinkled in as well. Because I have so many to share, I'm gonna do the bare minimum of the synopsis for most of these, enough to pique your interest. If you wanna learn more, grab your laptop, open up Goodreads, and you'll have them ready to go. All right, starting off with October. So October 1st, I actually just got this one in the mail, but I'm not sure where it is. One of my sweet friends got it for me for my birthday back in April, and the pre-order just came in. This is by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is a young adult standalone. However, it is set in the same world as The Bone Houses and The Drowned Woods. I really need to read The Drowned Woods because I adored The Bone Houses, and I read Emily Lloyd Jones's The Hearts We Sold, which is also a new like all-time favorite for me, so I'm really excited for this one. Every 5 years, 2 kingdoms take part in the wild hunt. Joining is a bloody risk, and even the most qualified hunters can suffer the deadliest fate. Still, hundreds gamble their lives to participate, all vying for the hunt's life-changing prize, a magical wish granted by the other king. So we've got like a high fantasy world in here and like a magical competition. Also October 1st is Let It Glow by Marissa Meyer and Joanne Levy. I didn't know about this one because it's a new middle grade coming out. When Ava Davis and Holly Martin meet at the holiday pageant tryouts for their local senior center, they think they must be seeing double. While they both knew they were adopted, they had no idea they had biological siblings, let alone an identical twin. So it looks like we're gonna have like kind of like a parent trap twin holiday situation. It's middle grade and it looks super cute. Another middle grade, Mr. Moonbeam and the Halloween Crystal. How amazing is this cover? By Ryan Cowan. Elliot attends his 3rd grade class like any other boy, except that Elliot isn't like any other boy. He's endowed with magical powers. Elliot belongs to a secret world called Moonstone, and trouble is brewing when the evil witch Noir steals the Halloween crystal. It's up to Elliot and his 3rd grade teacher, Mr. Moonbeam, to stop Noir from invading the non-magical world on Halloween night. But can Elliot learn to master his powers in time? How cute. I might actually try to get to this for the week of Halloween. I always save books that are set on Halloween or around Halloween for Halloween week because I find that really fun. Again, on October 1st, we have The Crescent Moon Tea Room. I want you to take a minute and enjoy this magical cozy cover. This is a debut novel. I believe it is adult. And ever since the untimely death of her parents, Anne Beatrix and Violet Quigley have made a business of threading together the stories that rest in the swirls of ginger, cloves, and cardamom at the bottom of their customer's cup. Their days at the tea shop are filled with talk of butterflies and good fortune, and intertwined with the sound of cinnamon shortbread being snapped by laced fingers. That is until the Council of Witches comes calling with the news that the city diviner has lost her powers, and the sisters suddenly find themselves being pulled in different directions. As Anne's magic begins to develop beyond that of her sisters, Beatrix's writing attracts the attention of a publisher, and Violet is enchanted by the song of a circus, and perhaps a mischievous trapeze artist threatening to sweep her off her feet. It seems a family curse that threatens to separate the sisters is taking effect. I mean, this is just the magical, cozy good time that we all need, okay? Again, on October 1st, we have Prince of Glass and Midnight by Lindsay Miller. This is book number 3 in the Princes series, which is like a Disney spin-off series, kind of retelling and reimagining the stories told from the prince's perspective. I read the first one, which is the Little Mermaid Prince Eric perspective, and I absolutely loved it. It's my favorite Disney book that I have read so far. I haven't read the second one yet because I don't own it and they don't have an audio for it yet, which is really sad. But this one is going to be a twist on Cinderella. Coming out October 8th is The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Rosh. I've only read one book from Sarah Rosh, but I really enjoyed her writing style. I believe this one is a young adult. It's going to be the first in her Royals and Romance series. It says Red, White, Royal Blue meets The Nightmare Before Christmas in this sexy, quirky rom-com where the golden-hearted Prince of Christmas falls for the totally off-limits Prince of Halloween. This could be new adult or young adult, I'm not entirely sure, but either way it looks adorable. I'm actually going to do this one for the holiday season. I had to choose between Halloween and Christmas, but I think I'm going to lean towards Christmas. It looks so cute and I can't wait to get to it. Next we have The Bitter End by Alexa Dawn, coming out on October 15th. When a winter storm traps 8 teens in a remote ski cabin, they find themselves stranded with a killer who may be one one of their own. I love a good winter thriller. I tend to like those more because they're so atmospheric, and I really like Alexa Dawn. I've read a couple like sci-fi novels from her, so I'm excited to try a more thriller element. I believe this one is young adult. Also on October 15th, we have No Better Than Beasts by Z.R. Elor, a dark and captivating new take on the beloved Nutcracker story. This is a YA fantasy debut, and No Better Than Beasts is a perfect standalone novel for fans of Russian folklore, cursed kingdom, fraught romance, and fairy tale retellings with a bite. I absolutely love Nutcracker, and I love Nutcracker retellings. I have a full video of Nutcracker retellings if you want to go and check it out. So I'm really excited to try this one. The ones I've read so far have not been the greatest, but I love the atmosphere and the idea, and this might just be the true winner. Coming out October 22nd is The Christmas Countdown. This is an adult Christmas standalone novel by Holly Cassidy. She's given up on love and Christmas, but fate has other plans. All Callie wants for Christmas is to hibernate. She's still reeling from being dumped by her childhood sweetheart, and under no circumstances will she go home for the holidays, considering her ex will be right next door with his new perfect partner. Callie is officially in Grinch mode, but her meddling sister Anita won't let her give up on life, love, and Christmas quite so easily. Perfect. I love these kinds of reads for Christmas, especially coming off spooky season where things are a little bit like darker and grittier. I love like these fluffy ones for the holiday season. Next, we have another middle grade. This is Chai Jinxed by Emmy Pinto, coming out on October 22nd. Trouble is brewing at Margaret's Academy of Tea and Brewing, and unlucky Misha has one chance to fix it with the recipe for the perfect enchanted cup of chai. This magical, heartfelt, and funny adventure about the power of believing in yourself is perfect for fans for a taste of magic and the marvelers. Just looks adorable. I want anything to do with tea. I would love to do a tea specifically themed readathon because there are enough books out, but it looks adorable. Next is The Woodsmoke Woman's Book of Spells by Rachel Greenlaw. There's an old tale woven through the mountain town of Woodsmoke about a stranger who appears as the first snow falls in winter, who will disappear without a trace as the frost thaws in spring, leaving a broken heart behind. Carrie Morgan ran from the Woodsmoke 10 years ago, and the decision has haunted her ever since. Spending a decade painting and drifting around Europe, she tries to forget her family's legacy and the friends she left behind. But the Morgan women have always been able to harness the power of the mountains surrounding the town, and their spells and curses are sewn into the soil. The mountains, they say, never forget. It sounds incredible and cozy and emotional and lovely. It will be good for winter, but I might also read it for hike-a-thon because we're set in the mountains, and this one comes out October 22nd. Next, we have another holiday-themed novella around one of my all-time favorite series, and that is Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. I believe I pre-ordered this one, and this is set around the world of Carval. It's technically Carval 3.5, so a little novella. Snowflakes are falling, invitations are arriving, and a holiday magic is swirling in the capital city of the Meridian Empire. It's great holiday Eve's planning a spectacular holiday celebration for the city. Yay! I don't want to say too much more to spoil the whole series, but I'm so excited for this, coming out on October 22nd. Next, we have 11 Houses, coming out on October 22nd from Colleen Oakes. Says this is Midnight Mass meets the Vampire Diaries in this epic romantic tale of mysterious island and the houses who have stood for centuries to guard against the dreaded nightmare of beings waited to strike from the ocean depths. On a forgotten part of Nova Scotia, there lies an island. On that island are 11 houses. In those houses sit 11 ancient families, and they are waiting. Mabel is one of the last surviving members of the House of Beverly, one of the 11 houses on the haunted island of Weymouth. Her days, like all the other teens on the island, are spent readying her house for the storm, a once-a-decade event that pummels the island with hurricane-level wind, water, and wave. But that's not all the storm will bring with it, because Weymouth Island is also a gate between the world of the living and the dead. I can't decide when I want to read this because it sounds good for fall, but also like a good spooky summer read. I love anything involving the ocean, and I really like Colleen Oakes. Next, we have This Will Be Fun by E.B. Asher. This is coming out October 29th. This is an adult standalone fantasy. This is the Princess Bride meets people we meet on vacation. It's a cozy quest romantasy about a group of friends who once defended their magical land together but haven't spoken since, reuniting to attend a royal wedding and end up on a new adventure to save the realm and hopefully themselves. It looks cute, it looks fun. We've got like this cozy friend group but in this fantasy setting, and I can't wait to get to it. Alright, next up we have November. So we have Where the Library Hides, coming out on November 5th by Isabel Ibanez. This is the second in a young adult, what I believe is going to be duology. The first book being What the River Knows, that I read during Hike-a-thon, and I actually really enjoyed it. I had mixed feelings. It has like slight mummy adventure type vibes. I don't want to say much about this one because it's the sequel, but the first book is following Inez, who is Argentinian. Her parents die and she basically has to go and live with her uncle in Cairo, and she's got kind of like a spoiled element about her. This almost gave me kind of like Secret Garden vibes with how the daughter was like kind of like a spoiled princess. She had a lot of cool elements about her family life, and there's like a mystery revolving around her parents' death. There's a romance in here, lots of adventure, and our main character was kind of annoying, but it still kind of works, and I'm excited for the second one. Next, we have Getting Away with Murder by Catherine Foxfield. I don't know if this is young adult or adult. I'm leaning towards it's young adult, but this says Cabin in the Woods meets Squid Game. A girl playing a game with a supercomputer unwittingly traps her sister into a deadly escape room. When Saffron is forced to do work experience at a tech company, she gets into an argument with her supervisor over which high school stereotype would survive the longest in a horror film. The sports star, the queen bee, the drama girl, the class clown, the rebel. Unbeknown to them, the AI robot she is working on at the time decides to determine the answer by testing it out for real. It designs an algorithm to search social media and school records to find the best examples of each stereotype from the neighboring town, and the invitations go out. 6 people, including Saffron's perfectionist sister, Georgia, will be trapped in a series of deadly escape rooms, and only one will survive the night. I mean, how fun does that sound? I just cannot wait. Sounds amazing. And that one's coming out November 5th. Then we have Snow Drowned by Jennifer D. Lyle. This one I believe is also coming out November 5th. There's a saying on Fall Island, if you're not careful, the snow will get you. Gracie Hutchinson has lived on the Fall Island her whole life, and now there's some truth to those words. Fall snowstorms have a spooky way of claiming people, making them disappear without a trace or driving them mad. Now with a 100-year storm approaching, most of Fall's residents have fled to the mainland, but not Gracie. Left behind with her physician father, she braces for landfall. Creepy snow sounds perfect for winter. Next, we have The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. Again, I'm not sure if this is adult or young adult, but after losing both her parents, Bristol Keats and her sisters struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowskeep. When Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt she's never heard of, who promises she can help, she reluctantly agrees to meet and discovers that everything she thought she knew about her family is a lie. Even her father might still be alive, not killed, but kidnapped by terrifying creatures to a whole other realm, the one he is from. Sounds amazing. I'm getting this one on pre-order as well. A friend got it for me for my birthday because the sprayed edges are everything. All right, next we have We Shall Be Monsters by Alyssa Wees. There is another We Shall Be Monsters that came out in October that was also my most anticipated. This one's coming out November 12th, and Gemma lives with her mother in an isolated antique shop in Michigan, near a small patch of woods that conceals an enchanted gateway to the fairyland. She knows she's not supposed to go into the woods, but her mother Virginia has warned her multiple times about the monsters that lurk there, and yet, defiantly, curiously, she goes anyway. Magical fairylands and the woods, sign me up. Also coming out the 12th, In Want of a Suspect. This is the first in a Lizzie and Darcy mystery. It is a truth universally acknowledged that London's first female solicitor in possession of the details of a deadly crime must be in want of a suspect. The tenacious Lizzie Bennet has earned her place at Longbourn, her father's law firm. Her work keeps her busy, but luckily she often has help from and steals occasional kisses with Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, a stern but secretly soft-hearted solicitor at Pemberley. Lizzie is hired to investigate a deadly warehouse fire and to find the mysterious woman who was spotted at the scene moments before the flames took hold. But when the case leads her to the sitting room of a woman Darcy once proposed marriage to, the delicate balance between personal and professional in their relationship is threatened. I believe this is like an adult cozy mystery / retelling of Pride and Prejudice with murder. Next, we have Dead Below Deck by Jan Gangsay. This is coming out November 19th. When an heiress disappears from her super yacht and security footage shows her getting pushed, the main suspect has to prove her innocence in this thrilling mystery set at sea, told in reverse chronological order. It sounds super unique, and I always love things set at sea. Next, we have If You Can Hear This by Faith Gardner. This is the twisty, intricate mystery. Posey Spade loves asking questions. It's what's going to make her a fantastic journalist someday. But ever since her best friend and crush chose someone else, Posey only focuses on her future career. Unfortunately, she's moved to the small town of Wild Pine, which doesn't provide a lot of groundbreaking journalism opportunities. Only a scrappy AV club full of self-proclaimed slackers who Posey must somehow inspire to greatness. She never thought that inspiration would come from the disappearance of the club's beloved sponsor, the teacher, Mrs. Moses. But as the days tick with no answers, Posey and the AV club take it upon themselves to dig into the mystery. Next, we have Darkly by Marisha Pessel. Pestle. We have not had a new book from Marisha Pestle in a while. I still have one other book I need to read from her, but I love the 2 books that I have read from her so far, and I'm so excited for this one. I believe this is young adult. It says, what would you kill for? When an ad for an internship with the Louisiana Veda Foundation poses this question, seemingly every high school student in the country rushes to apply. Arcadia Dia Gannon has been obsessed with the Louisiana Veda, the late game designer whose obsessive creations have attained a cult-like status ever since she and her mom played Disappearing Act. But Dia has never won anything in her life, so she is shocked when she is chosen as an intern along with 6 other teenagers from around the world. Little is known about Louisiana Veda. Her game-making empire Darkly was renowned for its ingenious, terrifying toys and games, rife with hidden symbols and secrets. But after Veda's mysterious death, Darkly went bankrupt and production was discontinued. The remaining games are priced like highly sought-after works of art, with the rarest and most notorious items commanding tens of millions of dollars at auction. Now the interns are thrust into the enigmatic heart of the Louisiana Veda operation, and Dia immediately questions everything. Who are these other kids? Why do they all seem to have something to hide? And why was she really chosen? It soon becomes clear that this summer will be the most twisted Darkly game of all. Marisha does not disappoint with her plots and her outcomes, and her stories are always so engaging, so I'm so excited for this. Now on to December. Next, we have The Party by Natasha Preston. This is coming out December 3rd. In the heart of the English countryside, a group of teenagers gather at a remote castle for a weekend of fun and game. But when the first of them dies, the party takes a deadly turn. As the body counts rise, the remaining guests must race against time to uncover the killer's identity before they become the next victim. Set against the backdrop of a sprawling English estate, Natasha Preston's thriller will keep you at the edge of your seat until the very last page. Again, another fun, like, little murder mystery. Coming out December 17th is A Cruel Thirst. Fledgling vampire and a headstrong vampire huntress must work together against their better judgment to rid the world of monsters in this irresistible romantic fantasy. Not sure if this is adult or new adult, not sure if it's going to be spicy or not, but you know I'll be adding all the vampire books to my TBR. The Losting Fountain by Laura Senth. Ember, Miles, and Sam have been called home. Only home is the place none of them have ever been before. The choice they make will not only determine their own futures, but will also have vast and permanent consequences that will either restore a cosmic balance or destroy the dams that separate the 2 worlds, ending them both. Ember was called because she belonged, Miles because his mother belonged, and Sam, well, Sam arranged his own invitation. That's all I really needed to know, and this one is coming out December 31st. Okay, you guys, I'm like losing my voice from talking so much, but don't all of these sound so amazing? Let me know the ones that kind of appeal the most to you down below in the comments. I try to read at least a handful of new releases every year. I'm doing actually really good this year, and so a lot of these are going to go on next year's to read list, but it's always so exciting to have some new original things coming out, and I will let you guys know how I feel about them as I get to them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post 2 to 3 videos every week. I have lots of fun fall Halloween content and pretty soon Christmas content coming your way, plus all the regular other bookish content as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Bright Side Girl if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on The Bright Side.